What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kels here, and we have another video. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. And if you're wondering what you're going to see on this here channel, let me tell you. You're going to see luxury, travel, fashion, lifestyle, and all around joy. Why? Because joy is life and life is living, and that is what we plan to do. Okay. Welcome, friends. First, let me just say, if you hear some weird noises in the back, the pups just got groomed and they're super excited and they're chewing on toys. So if you hear any panting or anything, that's what that is. But let's get right into the video. So I am embarking on a trip soon for my birthday. It is a solo trip, and this will be my third solo trip. I was like, let me count. I was like, yeah, third solo trip. I'm going to Nordic country, Nordic land, as they say, the North Pole. I'm super excited. And I was like, I saw another video that a creator made. I don't remember her name though. And I was like, oh, I can give some travel tips for if you're traveling solo, especially as a woman, because it's a little extra risk, right? So these are just my tips for safe travel and ways to get around and to be safe and to have a good time. So let's get into it. Okay, if you see me looking down, I have like a little notepad here with my notes on it. So that's what I'm looking at. So the first thing is have copies of everything. Now, I don't really print things. I don't want to say that's not my ministry, but it's a lot sometimes, like, print things out. So what I do, I take pictures of everything and then they're on my phone, they're saved to the cloud, etc., etc., etc. So what are the things that you should have copies of? Let me tell you. Your passport. I'm talking about international travel. International travel, I guess you could have copies of your ID if you're doing domestic travel, but these risks are kind of more heightened with international travel. Have a picture of your passport. I have multiple pictures of my passport on my phone. I think I also have a copy of it, like, actually printed out somewhere. And then I've also sent it to, like, my dad or something. So if it all goes, let's say my phone dies or something happens, someone has my passport and can get me out of a jam just in case it gets lost, which would it? Most likely stolen. If it does, it's good to keep it in the safe or keep it on your person, but definitely keep a picture or a copy of your passport. Hotel and flight information, because I'm going to 3 countries. I'm going to Sweden, Norway, and Finland. And that's a lot of flights, a lot of hotels, different times, different places, different everything, different time zones. I'm also going to be in Chicago. Those vlogs will be coming, but I have pictures of every confirmation of the hotels. I've sent the hotels an email, all the flights, just so I have, like, and then I even wrote it down because I didn't want to carry my agenda because it's just kind of heavy. So I even wrote it down, like, each day, like, okay, this is the time of the flight, this is the time you check in, blah, 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 just so I'm on top of things. So, because my brain is not going to remember everything. That's why I love a list. Lists are so great because I'm like, I'm not going to remember everything, and that's why the list is there. Excursions. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a couple things, like food tours or walking tours or things like that. And so I have also the confirmation in my email, right? But also I've taken pictures or screenshots of every single thing I've booked. That way, when the time comes, I just go back and I'm like, oh, that's right. I'm supposed to meet here at this time, in case something goes awry or in case I forget. Because again, whether you're going to one place or multiple places, your brain is like on vacation mode. So the least amount that you have to, like, think about with your brain and you could just reference to something, the better it is for you. And then my little boy. And then the last one I have is visas. Now, most places, depending on where you're from and where you're going, you don't need a visa. But when I used to just be to the wind, y'all. I was flying to Paris one year, my first time there, and there was a layover in Turkey, and we made it like a longer layover so we can, like, actually enjoy Turkey. And I didn't know you needed a visa just to step foot into Turkey. And I was like, what you mean? I'm only here for like a couple, like 2 days. And then like, look, I gotta go back. I'm going to Paris. They were like, Shadi, you need a visa. And I was like, all right, let me, how much? Okay, let me pay for this visa on the spot. So it helps to do some research. I'm just like, where am I going? Boop, book the flight. I'll deal with everything else when I get there. As I've gotten older, I've learned, oh, let's do a hair more research than I think I need to do versus place to go and place to eat and place to stay. There's also like, do I need a COVID test? That's a new thing. Do I need to show proof of vaccination? Do I need a visa? Do I need X, Y, and Z? So make sure that you keep copies of everything. Next, money, 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 money. Money is important because you got to get there and then you got to do things while you're there. So let's start with money. Find what the conversion is online or use a conversion app. I just go into Google and I type like USD to, what's it called? Norwegian krone, which I think is NOK is like their abbreviation. And then it tells you like, oh, $1 is like 10.85 Norwegian krone, not krone, kronos. I'm working on that. Have the conversion. So that way when you're looking at things, you're like, oh, okay, let me just do some quick math. Okay, that's $10. Oh, that's about $40. So you know if you're getting a good deal on something or if you're getting scammed on something. That is important. Next thing, if you're using your card, always get charged in their currency. So this is something that I learned, especially when I'm like shopping my luxury stuff. It's always better to get charged in their currency. For some reason, it just works out better in your favor. You end up saving money. And I don't know, like you would think like, oh, but the conversion, it just worked. Just trust me. I've done it in many places. It will work out cheaper if you just pay for things in their conversion. It's science. Girl math. Oh, here is a big one. Research which countries are more cash friendly and which ones are credit card friendly. Most places go to, you can just swipe a credit card. That's me. I'm a credit card girl. Swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, swipe it. That's me. However, some places like Thailand, I say this because I've been to Thailand. I went a few years ago. They're about the cash. Okay, get the cash. I think, was Jordan the same way? I think Jordan might have been the same way. But research, so you know, like, oh, I can just use my credit card. I have to worry about cash when I go to this place. I can swipe, swipe, swipe. Or, okay, let me make sure I get some cash either before I go there or when I get there because I'm BSOL because no one's going to take my credit card. The last thing you want is to like get somewhere and it's like a small place or a small little restaurant or whatever. And they're like, we don't take that. And that you're going to be embarrassed. Then you got to wash plates in the back. Don't do that. Research whether they do cash or card or both. Speaking of cash, this is something that I did not know until last year. Not that I didn't know, I didn't even think to do. Because again, I'm a person that uses cards. You can just get the, my dog is tripping. You can just get the cash from your bank. You can say, hey, I'm going to Norway. Can you give me Norwegian chrono or krona or whatever it's called? Sorry, my pup is, come on. And he's so cute. Are you so cute? Say hello. Oh, yes. Okay, get down. Oh, you don't move the camera, Jesus. Okay. If the camera has moved, it's because my pup, they're both on one. Okay, so go to the bank, be like, hey, I need Jordanian dollars. I need Norwegian krona. I need Thailand baht, whatever it is. And they will run you that money. Obviously, it's going to come out of your personal money, but they will give it to you in that currency. And then when you get back, you can give it back to them and then they'll exchange it. So that's something that if you're going, oh Lord, Jax, you're killing me. If you're going to a place that takes cash mostly or only, that's a good option. All right, accommodations. This one is very important, especially for the women, okay? Stay at a reputable hotel. You gotta know like, hey, is this like, okay. take this with a grain of salt, right? Because sometimes you go somewhere and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna stay in this like hut in the forest and like I'm having an experience. Great, love that for you. Most times or other times it's I'm staying in a hotel in the city and I need to know like what the name of it is. Do they have other hotels? Is it a small kind of boutique privately owned, or is it big and they have other locations? Here's why this matters, because someone has to be held responsible, right? So along with finding like a reputable hotel, look at reviews, look at pictures, look at the location. Are the reviews saying, oh, this is messy, they had bed bugs? What are the reviews saying? What are they not saying? Are they like looking over something? What do the pictures look like? Does it look like it's a 2x2, and it's just a bed or a half of a bed and a toilet? Like, what does it look like? And where's the location? Is it like in the city where, you can go reach out for help if you need to? Or is it in the backwoods where you're just out there on your lonesome and you got to fight for your life? Those are important things to know. Now, the reason why I like to stay at hotels specifically is because there's usually security and they can be held responsible. So if I'm going to use this as an example. If I stay at the Hilton, I know that, there's a Hilton everywhere in America. There's a Hilton all over Europe. There's Hiltons in the Caribbean. There's Hiltons everywhere, right? They're trying to, which is crazy because they are bigger, so you'd think that they wouldn't care, but they want to uphold that brand name. And so I know, hey, if something goes wrong and I need to sue Hilton, it's going to be easy because Hilton is everywhere, okay? Anything can go down at any point. So you want to make sure that you can be safe and secure where you're staying, and that if something goes down, they can be held responsible. That being said, if you're like, Raquel, the hotels are too much money, I'd rather stay in Airbnb, even though from the looks of it, it looks like Airbnb is costing the same amount. And if I'm going to pay the same amount, then somebody's going to come make my bed and they're going to clean up my room and they're going to change my towels and they're going to do all that. That's just me, but you do you. If you're like, I want to stay at an Airbnb, that's fine. Be careful, okay? Look at reviews, do your research. I don't know anything about Airbnbs. I have never stayed in an Airbnb, so I cannot help you there. But talk to some other people, get some recommendations. I think also reviews, pictures. If something feels off, then it probably is off. People have found cameras in their Airbnb. That blows my mind, but maybe that could happen anywhere, right? You could stay at a friend's house and there could be cameras. You don't know. Just be careful and trust your gut. One really cool thing that I found is this door alarm. So I actually found it at the Dollar Tree. We're bougie on a budget. I found it at the Dollar Tree, and you basically put it against the door, and then you put the other one on like the wall. And when it's activated, if the door opens, it alarms really, really loud. And I saw somebody else use it on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I'm about to go travel. I should get it and try it out. They said use command strips so you don't destroy the wall. And I was like, valid point. Thanks for that tip. So I already had my command strips already. I bought my little thing. I'm going to take it from hotel to hotel. Even though when I've traveled internationally, I've not had issues with anyone coming into my room unbeknownst to me. I have had that issue in America though. And they basically didn't care. Because never mind. I'm not gonna go on a tangent. But keep yourself safe. Get that alarm. It's at the Dollar Tree. I think it says door alarm or something like that. I think there's a couple different things that you can get for your hotel doors. I've never gotten anything until this year. And it's just because I want to be extra, extra safe. And last but not least, as far as accommodations and just general being out and about, I personally like to carry a weapon of some sort. Not like I'm not carrying like guns on a plane because your girl, I'm not about that life. But you have other small things that can fit into handbags. Ladies know. You know, I on a almost regular basis keep something in my purse. Again, not a gun, though I'm not opposed to that, but I'm not taking a gun through my check bag I'm not doing that. But as a woman, if you might be walking a little late at night, you're trying to get home. I was walking through Y'all, I was in Thailand and I was going shopping at the market. And they were like, "Do you want us to walk you?" And I was like, "I'm gonna walk the train by myself. It's fine." Because I was taking the metro. Granted, I don't speak any languages at this point today, other than, I mean, I speak a little Spanish, but other than English, that's my language. And I'm walking around with all these bags. Get on the train, then I gotta walk to my hotel. And it is night. I think it's like 11 o'clock, midnight. And I was like, the audacity of me to be walking around late at night by myself with all these bags and taking the train. Nothing happened though. I don't know. Maybe Thailand's really safe. I don't know. I've felt pretty safe in most of the places I've gone to, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But don't do that. Don't be like me. But in case something would have happened, you know, I would have had my little something on my person just to protect yourself, because anything could go down. And some people may look more vulnerable than others, and so they might want to prey on you, and you got to let them know you're not the one to be played with, okay? Because it's either them or it's you. So you choose, them or you. Okay, let's get down to communications, because you need to stay in contact with folks, right, while you're there. Get a SIM card if you need to, or if you can. Some phones don't need it, some phones do. You do the research on your phone. Do you need a SIM card when you get there? Can you just use your phone? That kind of thing. Do that research. It's helped a lot of people. My phone, I can text from anywhere in the world. Calling kind of depends. It's a little spotty. They charge you extra, but texting, you could just text. Also, download WhatsApp. I have WhatsApp. WhatsApp, you can, I think you text for free as long as you have internet. I don't know, but I use it. You could text any number, call any number through the WhatsApp app. And send pictures, do all that, group chats, all that stuff, and it's completely free. So I would say if you need to talk to people in that country, use WhatsApp, and then if your phone allows, just do regular texting to like your friends and family. Here's one: make sure there's Wi-Fi. Oh my God, make sure there's Wi-Fi, because with Wi-Fi, all things are possible. You can FaceTime, okay? You can Zoom, you can Google Hangout or chat or whatever. Wi-Fi is so necessary to just keeping connected to people. Granted, it's not like you're trying to talk to every single person that you know while you're on your vacation, but there's usually like one or two people that you want to talk to, right, while you are away, just to make sure that, you know, you're safe, or you miss them, or whatever it is. Make sure you have Wi-Fi. What else is on this list? Let's see. Oh, portable charger. I don't always do this, but I've gotten worse with charging my phone. So mine is already charged up and already in the bag. Hopefully it just holds that charge. But get you a portable charger, because the last thing you want, this has happened to me more than once. You thought I would learn my lesson. Took me years, but I finally did. To charge up your phone, because it's hard to get around a place. Like Paris, when my phone died, it wasn't too bad, because I can read a map, like a metro map, because I grew up in Chicago and I rode the CTA. So if I know where I'm staying and I know where I'm at, I can ride any train anywhere. When I was in Thailand, same thing. Clearly, I don't speak French, I don't speak Thai, I don't speak any of these languages. But if you're a city girl, city boy, whatever it is, and you've taken trains, metros, L's, whatever, you can take it in any country. That's a fact. So it wasn't that bad, but sometimes like maybe they don't have that transportation, or maybe you're not great at directions. And so if you have your phone dies, you have your portable charger, boop, boop, charge it, and then you're good to go. Oh, here's one. Get a converter for your outlets. So normally most things these days come with like a USB or USB-C, A, B, C, D. I don't know, but you know the USBs, right? And you can just like plug them in to almost anywhere in the world, because most places have gotten smart and they've just done that. Now, sometimes you can't always get those, so you need to have the different type of charger. So get a little converter for the place that you're going. So you could plug whatever you're plugging in into that, and then you just plug it into the wall. So you're not like, crap, what do? I can't charge my laptop, or I can't charge my camera, or whatever it is. Oh, the sun is just going down. What? It literally went from daytime to nighttime, like with a matter of like 10 seconds. What just happened? Yo. That's weird. Anyways, do you notice it got darker? Did you notice? That's wild. Okay. Anyway, get a converter. Last two communication things, use Google Translate because you're going to need it. A lot of places do speak English, but you should not depend on that to get around, because technically, if it's not your country and it's not an English normally speaking country, do not just expect them to speak English, because that is rude, because that's not their language, that is your language. So get that Google Translate, and also learn a couple words. My thing, every time I go somewhere, I'm always like, let me at least learn how to say hello, thank you, goodbye, please, or how do I like get here, or how do I say, or how do you say, etc., etc. Because the last thing I'm gonna do is like, clearly you speak English because I speak English, so excuse me, I'm trying to find the Burger King, where is it? Don't do that. That's why French people don't like Americans, and I don't blame them, because it's entitled, it is, and the sun is bad. It is, you know, it's a difference, right? Okay, great. It's not just me. I'm not going crazy. Yeah, it's, you sound entitled, and who wants that? So learn some words, just a few key phrases, okay? And then get the Google Translate so you can properly communicate with people. All right, so this doesn't apply to everyone. It applies to people that love to do their posting on the internets, on the Instagrams, on the YouTubes, on the Facebooks, on the TikToks, or maybe you just want to like have cute photos to show your friends and family, but content. This is what I do. So I bring a tripod. I always have a tripod. I actually bought a selfie stick because it's a lighter and I can put it in my purse, and my tripod is just it's just too big and I don't want to deal with that. So I have a selfie stick that I'm gonna try, a new one. I had an old one and I think it broke or something, which made me cry because I loved it. I have this new one that has like a tiny little ring light on it. So we'll see how that works out. Use a remote or a timer, especially when taking photos because you're by yourself, right? So you got the remote in one hand and you click, 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 or just set a timer. I like the remote better because a timer, I think, does bursts of 10, and that's a lot. Two other things you could do: you could ask someone to just take your photo, because people will take your photo when you're on vacation. Easy, that's nothing. Or ask somebody at the hotel, like, oh, can you take a picture of me doing this, or can you take a quick video of this? They might say no, but most of the time they're going to say yes if you are nice. Or you can make a friend. In Thailand, I made a friend, and at first I thought he was trying to kidnap me, but he was really nice, and he said he was by himself, and he was like, do you want to take pictures for Instagram? And I was hooked, because I was like, either you're so smart that you've used this line to kidnap me, or you really just want to take photos for the gram, and I am here for both. So I was like, oh my god, yes, let's be friends. And we went to the temple, we took pictures, and we met some of his friends, and we went to the market, and like, it was a super sweet, innocent time. And be careful, trust your gut, but you can make friends along the way and take photos and pictures, use your tripod, and you'll be good to go. Let's talk about fun, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Okay, fun. Find cool tours. You'll make friends. When I went to Belgium, I did, what was the tour? Chocolate making and a beer one. The chocolate making was the most fun. I made the most friends. It was fantastic. What tours did I do? In Thailand, I did the elephant sanctuary. In Sweden, I'm doing a food tour and a couple other things. So definitely do a tour or find excursions. In Jamaica, I did the horseback swim and horseback ride, was amazing. In, I think, the Bahamas or Puerto Rico, I did the dolphins, swim with the dolphins or something. But anyways, do excursions. Fill your time with like cool things that you could do to like be a part of what they do in that place, so you can like learn about their food, learn about their culture, go to museums, all that kind of stuff. Speaking of food, try local restaurants. Like, you could try the McDonald's, right? But also try the random place that only serves like Finnish food or Norwegian food or Thai food, like the real good stuff, because then you're having like a true experience. I love also trying street food. A lot of people don't, because they're like, oh, my stomach. Funny enough, the only time I've ever had stomach issues for real is eating food in America. I have not had any like, oh, my stomach hurt, oh, I feel sick, anytime I've traveled outside the country. I also don't drink the water though, but I eat me some street food, and half the time I don't know what it is. So there's that. Ooh, okay. They have parties and classes at some of the resorts where they'll do like, ooh, salsa class or performances, or we're throwing an all white party or things like that. A lot of the resorts, especially like the Caribbean, have that. Go to those, do those. We had one that was like a relay, and I was like, what? I mean, I won. But I was like, it's so much fun. It's so silly. Like, I did an aqua aerobics class for the first time when I was in St. Lucia. And it's just like fun things that if they offer it, since you're paying for it basically by being at the hotel, take advantage of it. So these two kind of go together. Explore during the day, you know, go to markets, go to buy clothes if you want, food, shoes, spices, all that. Explore the architecture, take the boat out, whatever it is during the day, and be careful at night and try not to explore too much at night, especially too late at night. Obviously some things you can't get away from. Like I know in, is it Sweden or is it in, I think it's Sweden. They all have Christmas markets. Oh, it might be Norway. They all have Christmas markets, and they're, by the time I get to it after I've done some things, it's going to be nighttime. The latest I'm probably going to stay out is maybe 8-9 o'clock. Obviously it isn't dark, but I feel like it's going to be dark by like 3 o'clock. Because let's be honest, it's giving Arctic Circle, it's giving it is dark all the time tease. So it's gonna be dark most of the time, but staying out till like midnight by yourself wouldn't be my vibe unless I like really knew the area and trusted the area. But I'd rather be in bed at midnight, or I'd rather be like down the street having dinner and then going right back to the hotel versus I'm just out exploring in the wilderness at 11 o'clock at night. It just seems dangerous. And for what? For why? No reason. Here are a couple of things when you're going to certain like markets. Make sure you barter depending on where you're at. So for example, if you're in Thailand, bartering is like a must. You gotta barter, you gotta talk them down on the price because that's a part of the culture. Whereas if you're in Jordan and you're buying gold, like I did, you don't barter gold. The price is the price is the price. Other things you probably can, but not gold. So know where you're at and know what you can and cannot barter, because you can also get yourself a really good deal. Avoid the scams. There are scams in almost every country, I think. There's the like Italy one where I think they say you drop something or they want to give you their friendship bracelet. There's the Parisian ones. There's a lot of different ones. There's the Thailand, oh, take the taxi, I'll take you to the floating market one, or the temple. There's a lot of those. Read up on them. Be careful. Don't get caught in them. That's all I'll say about that. And last but not least, do your research and then do some more, because can you ever do like too much research if it's about your safety, right? So I've done so much research this trip because I've not taken a solo trip in a while. But I'm super excited and I want to make sure I have fun and I am safe. So I'm doing my research, and then I'm going to circle back and I'm going to do some more research. I'm going to take a break and I'm going to do some more research, because at the end of the day, as long as my trip is fun and I get back safe, that's all that matters. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope you are traveling on your own soon. If you are, let me know down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, share with a friend, because sharing is caring. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.